kind of wanted to get out of here before we get dark. The sun's already gone down below the tree line. But for some reason I wanted to come out here and just kind of look at the pond. This is what my family affectionately call the damn pond. I mean, because we got these beavers that tend to dam it up and raise the water levels, so we call it the damn pond. But yeah, it's a nice place to go. You know, I'm just kind of wandering around. Got my trusty machete out here just checking out parts of the property. And never know what pops up. But it's a pretty cool pond. Bunch of water lilies. I'm telling you, it's pretty nice out here if you want to go duck hunting too. I mean, you know, there's a lot of deer all over the place. I mean, deer footprint. And what looks like a raccoon. And not only my trusty machete, you know, you must be ready for whatever might come around. You know, anything that slithers, walks on 2 or 4 legs, you never know. That's another thing too. I walk through here and I worry, well, I'm not saying I worry, I wonder about some things, about the state of the state. And the people have endured a lot of things over the years because they've been fed full of lies, which were actually masquerading as promises. And being entertained by crap, everything from, you know, sports to, you know, daytime drama, the Jersey Shore, whatever, you never know. Whatever people fucking get entertained with today. It's all a distraction for the ones that their focus is to gain control over everything. They don't really need to own anything. They just need to control everything. And everything right now, in the way the system is built, which is not really built for our benefit, it's really built for their benefit, but it's all about commerce. And whoever controls the commerce controls the world. But I don't know. This happens to be one of the drains. I don't know if you can see how the mud's all packed up right there and all these sticks in here and stuff. That's beavers damming it up right there so the water doesn't flow into this culvert and go down there into that swamp, because they want to raise the water level up. And that's a lot of the shit that's been pulled out by some of my uncles out of here just to clear it out. You know, the damn pond. That damn pond. Well, actually what it is our family built this, basically a dike right here, because it slopes down into a swamp down there. All right, and one of my relatives back in the day built this dike. kind of hold back the water and just use culvert to kind of like, keep it at a certain level. And a couple of my uncles have done that a couple of places on the adjacent property, taking a spot where a lot of like runoff is seeping out of the ground or something like that, kind of like a spring or whatever, and just digging it out, putting a dike on it, making a little pond out of that little creek. But very nice. It opens up right here. It's a nice little spot. You know. I wonder, when it comes down to these, they're not normal people. When these people decide they think and they claim they've got special powers, magical powers, and whatever they write down on this funky looking piece of paper and call it legislation or law, it therefore has all this, granted all this, jurisdiction and all this other stuff, immunity from prosecution if they did in the wrong or whatever. I mean, whatever, It's basically what it is, just a bunch of politicians and their opinions, politicians and lawyers. That's all judges are, really, are just prosecutors. And, well, at least that's probably where they got their chops, as a prosecutor before they became a judge. So they're basically just prosecutors. Because in this country we don't, at the moment, because it's been slowly being changed into a socialist communist type. So the one world government can stand in place, because you can't have anybody that's got a bunch of independent thinkers and critical thinkers that live in their country, that run it. I mean, no, you got to have a centralized government that will fall right in line. Put a little pressure in whatever. See, everything right now, man, the way it's been built up to this point, it's all done with the use of force, with the use of violence to, make it happen. You must comply. You must do as I say, not as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. It's funny that there's people that actually that's the way they live. That's their ethics. That's their moral ground right there. Is just do as I say, not as I do. Because if you did what they did, you would be considered a criminal in their eyes. You know what I mean? It's pretty fucked up when you think about it. If you did the exact same thing they did, you would be considered a criminal in their eyes. But yet, when they do it, it's justified. It's, it's ethically and morally correct. That's bullshit. It's completely opposite and completely backwards of what's true in nature and true and natural. It's actually what we're missing today when it comes down to it is, when it comes down to law or whatever, is the natural law and common law and what this country was founded on. We're not in that anymore. It's been perverted to admiralty law or maritime law, whatever you want to call it. I mean, technically they have no jurisdiction over any of us. None of us gave consent. And if you did, You want to live in that socialist type of company, type of country and communist, and you're not able to govern over yourself and take responsibility for your own actions? You need to get the fuck out of the United States of America. You need to get the fuck out and go to a goddamn communist country, because that's not the soul of this country. And the way I see it, when it comes down to the way this push towards socialism and communism, basically, is all it is. It's trying to eat away at our soul and just trying to rot us away from the inside. Well, I intend to stop that rot. I intend to stop it one way or another. I mean, if all I can do is just say something on YouTube or whatever, because, I'm still analog, people. I talk on a CB radio. This cell phone is probably the most advanced thing I've got. Other than other than my CB. But, let me go down this way. I don't know. It's just, I don't think too many people get out. Just get out in the woods. I mean, I used to do it a lot years back, and I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to live out on the fucking road. I used to live out on the damn woods and stuff like that. I would go from one national forest to the next all over the fucking country and stuff like that. I traveled this country for about 10 years, either out of my backpack or my van. And, oh shit. Holy crap. Look at that motherfucker. I about ran into his goddamn web. Look at that son of a bitch, those big motherfucking banana spiders, man. Look how big that motherfucker is. Look how big that motherfucker is. He about tried to bite my damn machete. Anyway, let me see if I can clear me a spot right here. See, that's the thing. If deer and all that don't walk through here all that much, man, they don't knock all the webs down. And actually, those spiders can make a full web in a night. Just overnight. They can make a full-on fucking, web that kicks ass. And it is getting kind of dark out, so I understand. I do have the flashlight thing on, the flash on, so if I get close up on anything, it's like I can see it. But otherwise, I do have another flashlight if it gets too damn dark for me to even see where I'm working. But hopefully I can get done doing my little rant. I was talking to a guy at work today, and he's an ex-military, seen a lot evidently, or whatever. I'm not sure if he actually saw combat, but it's this mentality and this saying that I keep on hearing over and over again by that generation, the boomer generation, basically, is when it comes down to the government and certain things that should be done, that is injustice and blah blah blah. All right, I hear this so much. I hear this a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Here's another one, dude. Look at that one. It's another one right there. Yep. About ran into his damn web right there. And those things, man, I'm going to tell you, their webs, these webs that they make, they're actually strong enough to catch birds. I'm serious. They can catch small birds in that fucking web. They do one of those big elaborate motherfuckers, man. Hell yeah. I ain't lying. It's just like It's like almost like fishing line, in a way, sticky fishing line. But anyway, I was sitting there talking to him, and one of the things that he was saying is, oh, there ain't nothing you can do, that's just the way it is. And you know, I hate hearing that. I sincerely hate hearing that, because that just tells me, for one, that person right there that says that and actually may believe it has given up. Has given up, handed his ass to the guy that's going to fuck him for the rest of his life, and that's what he's doing. He's given up. He's also given up on everybody else when he actually tries to perpetuate that same idea to somebody else. Saying, oh no, you know, don't worry about it, man. Just forget about it. There ain't nothing you can do. That's just the way it is. And that is, in his way, trying to tell me how I should think about the subject. There ain't nothing I can do about it. That's just the way it is. Fuck that shit. Now it's getting dark, isn't it? But I'm still walking through the woods. It's just, I don't like that. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I mean, I've had this gut feeling all my life. Something was wrong. It's almost kind of like, you know, when Morpheus was talking in the Matrix, it's almost like his words were, or the writer of that script or whatever, those words were words that I have been thinking, or in other people have been thinking all their lives, and that was the first time it was actually spoken out. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. It's like, you know, you've always, you know, have you ever wondered that there was something wrong with the world? You just don't know what it is. Well, you know, I've had that feeling, and I'm pretty sure everybody else has too, but I've had that feeling where I didn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, I don't know why it was heading this way. And the older I get, the more I actually understand when it comes down to like commerce and, you know, money and the control of all that and all the lies that they've been passing off as public safety. You know, in the name of public safety. It's for the children. We gotta save the children. You know, you get these stories where these politicians and people with a lot of money, like the elite or whatever you want to call it, finally get caught, or have no choice but to get caught and exposed as like a pedophile, and it was part of the, you know, some kind of child porn and child trafficking type shit, you know what I mean? All right. Why? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I don't know if anybody else agrees with me or not, but in my opinion, for instance, if a politician is found guilty of some really serious crimes, all right, and every piece of legislation that was passed under his watch and he signed off on, or he or she, whatever, signed off on, every bit of that needs to be repealed and revoked and all that other shit, you know, because that man was a criminal. If he was convicted and found guilty of crimes, and he was doing that while he was as a public servant, every bit of legislation that got passed forward needs to go away. Repealed, all that stuff. See, that's the thing. You know, the way the system is built, it's not built for us to benefit from. It's for them to benefit from. They've rigged it so it benefits them, not us. But yet, they steal money from us in the form of taxes to pay for it and fund it. Basically, we're funding our own slavery. Shit. It's getting kind of dark. We're just funding our own slavery. And I don't want to fund my own slavery. You know, I'm still trying to figure out, there's a lot of stuff when it comes down to like the way they got the system rigged when it comes down to traveling on the roads, they want to make everybody claim that they're drivers. And if you're not a driver, you're committing fraud against yourself. You're basically breaking a law. You're kind of like, why would you want to commit fraud against yourself? That's like lying about something. I'm lying. I'm not really a driver, but I claim to be a driver, so I got me a driver's license. But technically, really, all I am is a traveler. And then, because that's what I haven't driven ever in my life, and I'm not a driver. I just don't really like having cops harass me if they don't see a state-issued extortion paid for tag and a state-issued ID, state-issued identification. You got a state-issued or some federal blah, 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 type of identification, because we only believe that. We don't believe you. And we want to look you up. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, because ever since 9/11, for instance, because a lot of these attacks, I'm telling you, man, I'd say a lot of them, if not most of them, are false flags, where they were actually engineered and done on purpose to get a reaction out of the people. So the people that actually did the operation can step in with this pre-planned solution. Problem, reaction, solution. And quite honestly, it's like there's all this like gun stuff and all that stuff about it, like trying to fuck around and take the Second Amendment away from us by force at gunpoint, using gun violence and assault weapons to take it away from us. If we don't comply, you will die. That kind of thing. It's like, because honestly, in today's society, the way it is engineered today, to the way it is today, is you must comply or die. And I'm telling you, they're going to get to that point where they get a lot of balls, and they get to that point where they say fuck it and let something big, fucking massive happen in this country. So in their minds, like I said before, they'll let the chaos do its thing. In their minds, they'll let the chaos do its thing, kill everybody off. So what's left over after chaos fizzles itself out, they can control and rule over what's left over. Because they believe, they got enough information where they can probably tell the future or whatever. Where they got enough time to get into their run into their fucking holes in the ground, the bunkers and all that other shit. And, or go to some fucking, massive fucking submarine or ship out in the middle of the ocean to get away from it all. Or go to some other country, for instance, or if it's worldwide, hell, they probably got, some of them got probably some ideas for a rocket ship to get, set up on a damn rock somewhere out there in space and wait it out, I'm telling you, man, what you might think that is available to these people that have unlimited resources, unlimited money, and resources and all this other stuff. Ooh, shit! There's another one. Where'd he go? Oh, there he's. That's a little one though. Damn, that's a big ass web. I have to get that out of my way. But anyway, if you think about it, if you had the money and the resources and the influence of powerful people and stuff like that, and and you were like kind of like a prepper type guy, where you're like always preparing for the worst, and then, and You know, one of your contingency plans is to, you know, go live in a fucking big ass bunker or some shit and live it out. Or, you know, if it gets too bad, jump on your rocket ship and go, you know, stay on a fucking rock somewhere out there in space and kind of wait it out, because you've already got shit waiting for you on that rock, you know, kind of like a bunker here. You already got shit you know, built over there and ready for you, waiting for you. So if it ever happens, hell, you go right there. You know, you think about it.